Hi everyone, it's Kate from Cherry Blossom Tree, My Autism Experience. And today, as part of the Take the Mask Off campaign, I'm going to be talking about kind of a form of stimming, but really it ends up being a bit of a method of self-harm to a degree. So trigger warnings in advance, I suppose. It's not outright self-harm, but it's unintentional self-harm. Today I'm going to be talking about my own struggles with dermatillomania. I'm not going to lie, I've not prepared anything for this. I've just set my phone up to record and I'm doing this because I think doing these kind of free flow videos are where you get the most real stuff, you know? So, ever since I can remember, I have not liked it when something wasn't totally smooth, or, you know, if I felt anything on me. Just noticed, in case you see the plastic wrap and tape, I have my tattoo touched up today. So nothing bad there. I'm just wrapped up from that. So nothing to worry about there. Sorry. Back on the train of thought. Yeah. So when I was little, I would notice when something wasn't quite right, and I would pick at it. So if I ever got a cut and it scabbed over, I would always pick at the scab. And, you know, even though my parents would always tell me, don't do that, you're going to leave a scar, I couldn't help it. And I don't know if it really, you know, kind of comes down to the perfectionism that I am plagued with as an autistic individual, but I never could just leave it alone. And normally I wouldn't be recording a video with something like that on my face, but I am, just to show you, you know, scars and marks and all, that I'm just like anyone else. You know, I don't have flawless skin. Far from it, actually. And what's the point in waiting to do a video till my skin is absolutely perfect? Because that's not real life. I'll be waiting a long time to be able to do that video then, you know. So growing up, I was quite lucky that when adolescence hit, I didn't get plagued too badly with acne, but I would get the odd pimple or two, as would be expected, you know, or a small cluster of them, like in particularly oily spots, like around my temple or on my forehead, you know, the T-zone, as they call it. And it would always drive me nuts that after it would pop, sorry, it's a bit gross, but pimples are pimples, and it wouldn't just magically disappear. And I don't know where I kind of had the expectation that it would just magically disappear, but I seem to have it in my head that if I got the gunk gone, it would disappear, and it never would. And then I would just end up picking at it. And the reason I'm kind of associating it with a stim is because it would feel good in a weird way, and it was something I was always ashamed of. I'm still ashamed of, you know, I'm 33 and, you know, this still happens, you know, if the surface of my skin is not perfectly straight, and not straight, but perfectly smooth, I need to fix it. And that's just mad. It's absolutely mad. but I can't stop it. And studying psychology at university, abnormal psychology in particular, I would learn about these kind of tics and compulsions that were more associated with obsessive compulsive disorder. And the one that that was most talked about was trichotillomania, which is the compulsive pulling out of one's hair. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like saying the word trichotillomania, trichotillomania, a little bit of echolalia, trichotillomania. And I knew that didn't fit me. And it wasn't until only recently, I think it may have been down to one of Agony Audie's videos that she did, talking about trichotillomania and dermatillomania. And I was finally able to put a word to what I do to myself and what I'm ashamed that I do to myself. You know, I do have very subtle scars on my face. You know, you would have to look really, really close to be able to see them. But from where I've done some serious damage to my skin from this compulsion to pick. And I'm annoyed at myself that I've done it and that I do it. They eventually go away, but another one will always pop up and I'll pick at it again. I guess the kind of road to recovery starts with admitting that you have a problem. I used to be a compulsive nail biter, and I don't do that anymore. You know, partly because I go and get my nails done with gel polish, which minimizes the urge to gnaw them off. But I also like how my hands look with a little bit of length to my nail, nothing extreme. And obviously I like my face not looking like this. I'm hoping that my anxiety will minimize so I don't feel as compelled to pick when I've got something bothering me. It's definitely worse when I'm anxious. Definitely worse when I'm anxious. But that's just part of the nature of being autistic, I suppose. So, yeah. Don't be ashamed of your shame. Own your problems. Say them out loud. Helps make them real. And work on being the best you can. I'll leave that there. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.